together in person, we're excited to bring you an experience that I think is going to be fun, inspirational, and informational. And we'll be spotlighting some of our choruses throughout the day and celebrating some milestone anniversaries. So, and we'll also ask them to share some tidbits. We'll also share with you. So it'll be kind of fun to learn more about each other up close and personal. We have, count them, 9 renowned international faculty presenters here with us. If you can say, find something positive about where we are right now, being able to present 9 faculty from around the world is phenomenal. Woohoo! I say woohoo on that one. Okay, so we know we're anxious to get started with some of those folks that are getting ready to join us. Let's do a few PSAs first. First of all, during the day, just so you know, you are going to be muted out of courtesy to our presenters. However, we do encourage you to use the chat room. If you look down, if those of you who are familiar with Zoom know right where the chat buttons are, but if you don't, they're down on the lower part of your screen. You can click on that, go over, write your questions, comments, encouragements, whatever you'd like to share with the group. We'll be monitoring those throughout the sessions, and we'll try to answer as many of those questions as we can throughout the day and throughout the presentations. If you're attending one of the breakout sessions later, please rename yourself so that we don't miss putting you with the group that you want to belong to. So for instance, if you're with the finance, put finance someplace in your name. It doesn't matter if it's in front or behind. Front helps, but if you stick it in the middle, we'll still find you, okay? Let's see here. We do have our regional management team with us today. We're going to introduce them a little bit later, right before we go to break, so you'll know who will be with you. Most of you know them, and they are excited to spend a few minutes at lunch with all of you. Our technical team, we just simply have to say something special about them today. They are, I call them the ducks behind the scenes. They're cool on top, but they're paddling like crazy to keep us all afloat today and swimming smoothly. Connie Selmy, who is our regional marketing coordinator, and Minta, Connie wave, Minta, where are you? Minta Harold from Toast of Champagne is assisting her. Thank you, ladies. I mean, literally, thank you. We can't say that enough. So, and stick around. We are gonna, throughout the day, have lots of special presentations for you and some really cool news that I think you'll want to hear about. Renee, take us away.
All right. So, to get our day started, we are so pleased we have a very special guest with us today. So, we think of her as our very own because she really, really is. She is tenor of Four Bettys, which gives it away, our 2008 International Quartet Champions, and she's the director of the award-winning River City Sound Chorus. She's a certified sound judge and an approved candidate judge in the expression category, so she will soon be a judge in 2 categories. And she's on the international faculty as well. Joan is currently serving in her first year as our Sweet Adeline's president, and she's working about 6 days a week doing events. Because of everything that has happened, she actually gets to attend a ton of events. They're virtual, of course, but she is Zooming all over the world every day. She is leading us with brilliance, with kindness, with love, and compassion. And we will look back, I'm sorry, we will be able to look back on 2020 and say that we had the perfect leader for this time. So let's have a huge Region 3 welcome for our international president, Joan Boutilier.
Oh, thank you, Renee. Okay, I don't know if I can talk.
Sorry.
Tears come easily these days. It's so good to see friends, from home. I'm actually up in the UP right now at my mother-in-law's house. I've been here for 2 weeks and we're leaving tomorrow to go back home to Chicago, but it's really nice to be here with you virtually. It doesn't matter where I am. As Renee said, I get to go everywhere these days, and it's really been wonderful. Honestly, it's an unexpected pleasure of the presidency. I had no idea, none of us did, that would happen. But it's cool because before I take a visit to every region, I go on their regional website to get to know the name of the region, for example, like Vicki Mayberry, who's going to be with us today. She's from Region 8, and her region is called the Rocky Mountain region. And so that tells you something about where they're from and why, not just where they're from, but to me, it's like, oh, if you're going to put mountain in your name, that's something to live up to. And you get a feel for what they're like and what their history is and what their values are. It's really fun. Our region, Region 3, has been my home since 1989. That's 31 years, probably this month, if I'm still wiping tears. If I think back to the exact date, I believe it was sometime in September that my husband called the name on the little thing of paper, you know, the poster at Arlington Heights Library that said, "Do you like to sing?" And came home, and it took a lot of courage to call. I'm a little shy at heart, especially with phone calls, but I did it. And 31 years later, here we are. Anyway, for a while, I was out of Region 3, but not far away, of course. I didn't move from Lake Zurich. I just was directing River City Sound in Region 22, and then came back home with them in 2014. So I did go on our website though, because I wanted to see us, like when you take a visitor, you know, somebody comes from out of town, and you take them into the city of Chicago or wherever, and you say, these are the highlights. So I clicked on, and I wanted to see us. And so the first thing I saw was a beautiful website, not surprisingly. And I was so proud because I was reminded of our connection to the bigger organization. But then there was a beautiful pop-up photo of Prism Quartet. And it was from when they won. Oh my gosh, they were in their beautiful dresses. They had their blue ribbon with medals on and holding flowers. And it just was really fun to see. Huge smiles on their faces. You could feel the joy from seeing them. And then my own chorus came up, and I was like, oh, there I am. And I was just taken aback by seeing this photo, just like I was when I saw Prism. I recalled that day in Appleton last year when it was so close between Midwest Crossroad Chorus and my own, and we were very thrilled we felt really like it was a tie in a lot of ways. But anyway, there we were. There was our photo on the page, and I was very excited to see that and see the happy faces of my chorus members. Then I saw Sweet Adeline's Life on a High Note, and I thought, well, isn't this serendipitous? Because today's event is called a summit. But I'll get back to that in a second, because we want to go high, right? Then I took a walk in my memory. I thought, the website's a website. It's going to tell me things that are happening right now. And of course, I'm very proud of it. But I took a walk down memory lane in my own mind to think about Region 3. I didn't have to look at the website for that, of course. And here are things that I recalled. I kind of started in chronological order in the 90s. And then I just it was getting so detailed, I finally stopped. I ran out of time. But anyhow, here's what I remember in my mind. One of my vivid memories of early contests was sitting in a seat way back with my quartet time was, and looking down at the stage far away and seeing and hearing a lead like I never knew even existed. And that lead was Linda Keever. So, it was like, that's one of those things where you look back and go, who would have thunk? But gosh, she was beautiful. I remember going to a quartet reception and seeing Acapella Gold there with Carol Sturr and Renee and Donna and Corey standing back in the reception while they blew me away, thinking I had no idea that this sound could be made by 4 singers. It blew me away, and it scared me just a little, I'll say. But then I realized, well, my quartet's probably not going to win this weekend, but that's okay. There's something to aspire to. Then I remembered, though, my very first contest. I've already shared this with Sherry's chorus, River Bend, which was Carol's at that time, by the way. Carol Thompson was directing River Bend. And I remember Country Chords going into the contest, and our rival was River Bend Chorus. We were both vying for 3rd place. I can't even tell you who won that year, because all that mattered to me was that 3rd place. And I had no idea what all the hullabaloo was about. I didn't realize that contest was such a big deal. But when we came in 3rd, probably by a few points, we felt like we had won. And it was just the start of a long contest journey. I also remember some leaders from that time. Carol Cusack, who's gone now, but was a leader for a long, long time in our region. And she sang I sang in her chorus, Country Chords, with her. And do you remember Julie Zender? Those of us who've been around a little while. Well, Julie's still around. She's at Battle Creek, is in a different region now. But I remember her stepping up to the mic and saying something like, "Hello, Region 3," or something like that. And everybody would just shout it back at her. Her smile was infectious. She just had a wit and a self-deprecating sense of humor that was fun to be around. And Julie's still that way. She's just not out at center in front any longer. I remember singing with Country Chords Chorus with June Berg directing at a regional event, much like this one, in person, however. We sang, "Hey, won't you play another Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song?" I think that's the title, you know, that country song. And we were coached by it. I think we were learning about backbeat or something, but it was so exciting that I loved those events. Staying up until 3 or 4 in the morning, listening to Chicago Fire, who were my heroes, still going to be friends somewhere in the future. Listening to them, did I freeze? Because my internet's not great here. A little tiny bit. Okay. So anyway, they would stand on that grand staircase in the Amway Grand. I don't know if some of you remember that, if you're around. They sang songs like "You Don't Bring Me Flowers," Danny would, "Under the Boardwalk." Big Bond would sing the Goat Herd song. It was ridiculous, but fun. And there was another one that Bonnie sang. It was a bass solo, but I couldn't remember the name of it. It's the, oh gosh, it'll come to me. Okay, you have to put it in chat if you think of it. So those were the days. I mean, 3, 4 in the morning, thought nothing of it. Drive home tired as could be the following day. Then I had the pleasure of learning how to direct under the mentorship of Jim Arns, and of course sing with the Melodiers, followed by my years at Chorus, almost 17 years. And looking back on that, I just know, gosh, they were patient with me. I fumbled my way through learning to direct, to lead, to teach, and to motivate. And I made so many mistakes. I still make a lot of mistakes, but I really just learned so much from them. And it was a real big leap of faith that they took in me back in 1996. I remember sitting next to Amy Brinkman when I was directing Chorus in the audience the very first time the Melodiers sang "Time After Time." This will bring me to tears if I think about it. They got to that last time after that time, and then it was like, oh my gosh, what did we just hear? Our mouths dropped open. We looked at each other. We got tears in our eyes, and we just immediately rose to our feet. There was nothing, I'd never heard a ballad or a performance like that before in my life. And it really was one of many, but that one was remarkable. I remember other quartets like my very first one, Time Was. Singers really just like me who were brave enough to step on the stage. And, you know, the score sheets didn't matter as much as the camaraderie, the fact that we were together, the fact that we had worked hard on a couple songs. I loved getting to know other quartets from around the region. I always felt like there was something to learn from every one of them. And I remember looking down in the pit, looking at those judges, not knowing their names, not knowing what where they were from. Frankly, I don't think I cared all that much. And not knowing that they were people just like me, and that one day I would become one. So I remember those moments when I sit down in the pit now. Then there are all the choruses, and this is where I kind of had to back off and stop because it could go on, but I remember Battle Creek, Grand Rapids, River Bend, and others who are not in our region anymore, but they are still singing, they are still together. And choruses like Cal Corner, who is now gone. I could go on, but we also have today. I'm so grateful to see you today. You make being president relevant and meaningful. You are my home, my family, my friends. Sorry. I applaud your strength and I admire your devotion to singing in the barbershop style. So getting to today, I love that the RMT named this the summit. You know, I looked at I pulled a Sharon Babb, although she pulls information out of her head. I had a look on the internet. The Latin roots of summit are summon, meaning the highest. The early origins of the word were, it could be the top of anything. It could even be the crown on someone's head or the peak of a mountain. And so I thought, this is so fitting. We're getting the best of the best, the peak of the mountain of education today, at a time when this would never happen in our normal life. These people wouldn't all have the time and we wouldn't have the money to bring them all in. So we're just in for such a treat. I'm going to name them in the order of their presentations today. And at home, will you just give a big one clap and a big yeah or a yahoo or something when I say their names. So our first faculty is Annalisa Glad. Yeah. Our next one, Vicki Mayberry. Go, Vicki. The next one, Deborah Lynn. Woohoo! The next one, Lori Lyford. Woo! And Katura Mahler. Woo! For the directors. Jen Cook. Woohoo! Lynn Smith. Wow! Jenny Martin. Amazing! And I'm going to screw up her name, but I'll do it anyway. Britta-Len Bonidal. Woo! To close out this amazing day. So I've learned a phrase recently taught by a friend, Marcy Pinvidic. She uses the word knowledge philanthropy. I love that. That's us. That's Sweet Adelines. We share everything we learn. We share it knowing that somebody could use what we teach and do what we do better than us, but we don't hold back. So I found this quote that by Voltaire that says, "Is there anyone so wise as to learn by the experience of others?" That's what we're doing today. And you know, we're all teachers too, but we have this spectacular faculty today. And here's one by Bill Nye. I don't know who he is, but I love this. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. So, you know, even though we're going to learn something from these really phenomenal faculty today, like I said, we're all teachers. We're all learning. I learn every day from people who write to me. I go to some event and I think I know something about a subject, and I always learn something new. So, you know, we are our own best teachers. We are so powerful as an organization. I wish I didn't have to make some of the announcements that I'm having to make these days, because it kills me, and I know it's hard on all of us. But I'm just hanging in there. I am just going to be there when we come out of this, and we're gonna cry tears of joy like none others. So in the meantime, let's say thank you to our RMT, Renee, for leading our day, and our RMT for bringing this event together for us, for Connie for being technically amazing for us to do this. Connie, thank you. And I look forward to today. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening to me.
Yay, Joan. Thank you. I would tell everybody to unmute themselves, but you'll probably just have to remute yourself. So everybody, one more time, big round of applause for Joan. Yay, Joan. I tell you, we are so blessed in Region 3 to have you as a part of our family here. I know you're part of the organizational family, but you're special family for us. And to be able to share these moments with you the way we do, and we applaud all your efforts that you have. I know this is not a place where you expect it to be during your tenure as president, but as Renee said earlier, sometimes God puts us where we need to be. And thank you for being where you are, because sometimes we just need people in the right places at the right time. And I can't think of anybody else who would be in the right place at this time other than you. So thanks again, and I'm going to cry for you now. Anyway, this day is going to be filled with probably nostalgic tears for all of us, but it's going to be filled with happy places too. But we thought it would be great if we could just sort of kick off the day with some singing. So our theme today is It's the Music. Clay Hine wrote and arranged a beautiful tribute song for our barbershop organizations. And in his paraphrased words, this song was written shortly after the COVID shelter in place started, and many choruses were simply forced to use a virtual rehearsal. With the craziness of everyday life, we don't always get a lot of opportunities to remember why barbershop is important in our lives. Sharing a song or a tag with friends is one thing that made us all go nuts for barbershop in the first place. Even when we're not able to sing together, it is incredibly inspiring and helps us remember why music is so meaningful to us. So watch the screen, grab your music as we sing along to this beautiful song, It's the Music. Take it away, Connie.
Music that brings joy untold.
It is Zoom after all.
Let's start over.
Okay. Hey.
Brings us together. It's the music that brings joy untold. Those sweet melodies, those grand harmonies, like the fire that burns in my soul. When storms roll around, when life brings us down, when trouble and strife come our way, it's the music that brings us together. But it's the friendships that make us stay, sharing music with friends fills our hearts with song each day.
Isn't that, don't you just love that song? That, just by the way, that is going to be a new regional song. So if you haven't had a chance to really work on the song yet or learn it, please do. And we will definitely be hearing more of that song as we go along. One other, I was going to announce something else, but I can't remember what it was. It'll come to me. So I'm going to let Renee jump in here
And we
get us going.
offer Region 3's thanks to Clay, even though he can't hear us, for that music that we can all sing together when we are together. So the words are so poignant. It is the joy and the music that brings us together. And it's the friendships that make us stay. And that's what we're experiencing today. So let's get this day started. Carol's going to introduce our very first faculty member who's already in our Zoom room. And so let's learn a little bit about her and then learn from her.
All right. Well, you know, I was on a, just as an FYI, I was on a Zoom call last night for the directors that one of our faculty members later, Joan Cook, who's going to be with us, sponsors, and Annalisa was on the call as long with Laura. And it was kind of cool because I was texting back or chatting back and forth with her a little bit too. So it was great to kind of get a chance to meet her a little more up close and personal last night before the day. And she was telling me how excited she was to be here. So let's learn a little bit more about Annalisa, for those of you who haven't met her officially. Annalisa Glad joined Sweet Adelines in 1996 and immediately realized it was the perfect place for her because she's been a lifelong student and teacher of singing, dancing, harmony, and competing. She was the assistant director and choreographer under Tori Postma for the Mountain Jubilee Chorus, and now is the co-director, choreographer of Bella Voce Chorus in Region 8. She has an education degree with a minor in vocal performance and has been teaching high school choir and elementary school gifted classes for the last 15 years. Annalisa is currently a member of the international faculty, and she's a member of Region 8's faculty. So here's a fun fact that we got from Annalisa. She and her husband own a small personal cheesecake business. She says it's his fabulous recipe. But when they do outdoor events, business would tend to be a little slow because the snow cone business booths close to them were taking all the customers. So they just started a new snow cone business as well. I told her that she should consider a cheesecake snow cone, but she hasn't taken me up on that one yet. Sweets for all ages. So without further ado, let's bring our first guest in with us to share with us. Let's welcome Annalisa Glad.
Good morning. Thank you so much. And as Joan was, sharing, when she joined Sweet Adelines, I joined in 1996 on September 26th. I just realized it. It is my 24th Adeline birthday.
Happy anniversary birthday!
Yay, Annalisa. Hey, and if you haven't got your, if you don't have Annalisa on speaker view, go ahead and put her on speaker view. Annalisa, I'll kind of stay close by. Renee, I'll be close by. If you need anything, let us know. Otherwise, take it away.
Hey, sounds great. And I remember too, my first contest in the spring, I started in Enchanted Mesa in Albuquerque. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico originally. I live in Utah now. But the Enchanted Mesa Chorus had worked their whole career to get third place. And then, and so my very first year, they hit that milestone of third place and we went crazy. And I'll never forget, Betty Clipman was announcing the choruses. And she said, "You did hear that I said third, right?" And everybody just laughed. I mean, it was just, I just love, going down memory lane and just seeing, where we are now and just the exciting things that are coming from this experience. Boy, this is, put us through the mill, but I also feel coming together like this has been so fantastic and be able to learn. And we had our regional event, and Joan, you did a beautiful job introducing the Rocky Mountain region. I mean, it was awesome. She really put it the Western history with the Western drawl too. So you got to get her to do that for you sometime. So, well, very fun. Well, I'm excited to start. Now, they said buckle your seatbelt in your chair for the day, but not for this next half hour. No. You're going to be sitting for a long time. So my goal today is to give you some new vocal and physical warm-up ideas for you to take back to your chorus. And as we do physical and vocal warm-ups. But I want to talk for a minute about the fact that we have a wonderful opportunity when we get back together, which we will, the day will come when we're all back together on the risers. And we have an opportunity to change perhaps some of our chorus culture. And I want you to listen to this scenario, and I want you to be honest, and I'm going to scroll through the screens and put your hand up if this sounds maybe like your chorus culture. So it is 7 o'clock. And it's time to start, and the person in charge of physical warm-up is there and said, okay, and you have about half of the chorus on the risers, and you're like, come on, and about another quarter, and it started, and about another quarter comes up, but you still have about a quarter of the chorus on the sides going through their bags. It's taking an additional 5 minutes to find what I need, and or team members talking about really important things, and the physical warm-up finishes. And then the director comes on and said, it's time for vocal warm-ups, and then everybody like ants, scurries up and gets onto the risers. Does that sound, I'm going to scroll through. Does that sound at all familiar to some of our choruses? Yeah. And so for whatever reason, there's this piece that the physical warm-up isn't as important as everything else. And so I want to encourage all of us to change that culture when we're back together, because we are a physical organization. That is what makes Sweet Adelines separate from a lot of other choruses, is the way we move when we perform. I'll never forget the Mountain Jubilee Chorus. We were part of a choir festival at the University of Utah, and there were 5 women choirs, including the university chorale. And everybody did their wonderful, beautiful choir singing. And then we came up and blew everybody out of the water with our uptune and our dancing. And the college girls, they were like, I mean, literally, they were frozen. And we got 2 members, to join our chorus that night. But it's our moving that sets us apart. And so I just want everybody to, and you know, we sit and we Zoom and we're losing that factor. In fact, even just this morning, I thought about this. If you've seen the movie WALL-E, it comes a time where the society gets so used to not moving that all of a sudden the entire society ends up being in their chairs and they can't even get out of their chairs. So sometimes I feel like with Zooming, you know, we're losing the physicality of what's awesome about our organization. And so as we go forward, I would just encourage in our Zoom rehearsals that we really remember that part of who we are and get up and move whenever we can. And when we're asked to get up and move, have an attitude of, yes, I get to get up and move. So everybody, you get to get up and move right now, okay? So come on up and I'm gonna share, we're gonna do a physical warm up together. And this is Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop the Feeling, and it's a pretty easy thing. So anything that I share with you today, please feel free to take back to your choruses and get them up and moving. And I'm gonna play the music off of my phone because we find that, you know, with the sharing, I don't want anything to interrupt the sharing. So with physical warm-ups, if you're doing them, you want to get some repetition going so people feel nice and comfortable. And also you could give some tricks for the brain. So we've got a brain trick here in the middle of it. So here we go. Get the shoulders going. And bring it down, up. Now we're gonna reach it up. And reach. Now double time, here we go. And we got a sunshine going on, here we go. And point to your feet. And squat. Squat. Side to side, squat. So now we've got those lighters at our concert. Across the body. Across the body. Now you're going to hit 3 poses like Madonna, bow. Grapevine to the right. And now dance. Grapevine. And dance. Grapevine. Dance however you want. And dance. Walk it forward. Turn it around. Walk it backwards. Turn it around. Okay, take that arm up and out. Up and out. One arm up. Now take the other arm. Take it up. Now watch. Take it down. Whoa, wake up the brain. Up, out. Now we're going to do it at the same time. We got this. Up, out, and switch. Woo. Up, out, and switch. You got it. Up, out, and switch. Waking up that brain. And switch. Here we go. Sway it up. Cross the body. Cross the body. Other hand. Now show me those Vogue poses. Grapevine. And dance. Grapevine. And dance. Grapevine. Walk it forward. And dance. Circle. Rock it backwards. Circle. Step touch. Take it up. Show me a pose. Oh. Woohoo! All right, don't sit down. Don't sit down. We're going. All right, we're going to build some stamina this morning too. So go ahead and take some breaths. Because one of the things is being able to move and sing at the same time. It gets difficult. I'm winded. I hope you guys really went out there. Woo. All right, oh, awesome. So I'm going to show you too something that you can do for physical warm-ups. So there is on YouTube,
Just Dance is a video game that kids play, and it's really fun. You've got these computer figures on the screen, and then when you have your controls, you try to match them and you get points if you match what they're doing. But you can also do it, you don't have to be, you know, playing the game, but what I love about it is at the bottom of the screen, the move that's coming up next scrolls on the bottom of the screen. And so it's really fun. And so it's a fun way to follow and move. So I'm just going to show you a snippet of one of the Just Dance videos. And the nice thing is that you can, there's almost every song has been done. So if you have a really fun song you like to dance to, you could type in YouTube, Just Dance, and you type the name of the song. And then a fun physical video will come up as well. So we're just going to do just a little bit of one of the Just Dance videos. So let me go to my screen, make sure I get the right screen. I'm gonna optimize. And if for some reason, Renee or Carol, if for some reason the video freezes, will you just let me know and then we'll stop it. So. All right, so you can either be the Calypso gal or you can be the pirate. You get to choose. And we're gonna do a few minutes of this fun jumping in the line. Oh, it's loading.
Were you recently injured in a car
Of
accident?
course they have to
Look
give
at
us
this
an
check
ad,
for
right?
$160,000. If you're looking to get money you're owed for an injury, I want you to imagine.
Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time. You can talk about cha-cha, tango, waltz, or the rumba. Sinora's dance has no title. You jump in the saddle, hold on to the bridle. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body. Rock your body, child. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Somebody help me. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake your body line. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sinora, work your body line. Yes. Work, 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 Sinora, work it all the time.
All right.
Sinora, she's a sensation, the reason for aviation. And fellas, you
Please pause it.
got to watch it. When she wind up, she bottom, she go like a rocket. Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Okay, I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body in time. High star skirt.
All right. So, oh, it didn't let me pause it. 1 second. Let me get back to this. You're keeping moving though. Woo! I want to stop this. It's not letting me stop it. I think we're good there. All right, so that's an awesome resource that you have at your fingertips for tons and tons and tons and tons of dancing warm-ups. So, so I want to show another resource that we have in Sweet Adelines. I have developed a warm-up series called Warm-Ups Through the Decades, and so I was just thinking, how can we make these Zoom rehearsals fun? So I did the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and I'm finishing up with the 2000s. probably next weekend. So I want to show you, you can find those on YouTube, warm-ups through the decades, but I also want to show you where you can find a plethora of educational videos and tools through Sweet Adeline's. And sometimes it's not as easy. So I'm just going to take you to, I'm going to exit out of the screen here and get to my tabs. So if we come up here to the Sweet Adeline's website, but you have to be logged in as a member. So you come up here and you get to this beautiful page of C'est la Vie. They're from Region 21 in their Lori Lifers gals. If you come up here to education, and then you come down, but then you have to go down to voice. And the faculty were asked to make videos during this COVID time for choruses. And so if you come to voice, that's where you're gonna find many, many, many videos. And some people aren't quite sure where to go through those steps. So then if you scroll down, so there's fun warm-up videos, but then some people forget that there's this view more. So if you go down to view more, you are going to have a lot of videos that were made for you this summer and are continuing, and they keep coming and keep coming. So we have a lovely Queen webinar, and then down here, wonderful vocal exercises and warm-ups. Just keep scrolling all down, and they start all the way from April 7th. So I just wanted to show you guys where to find education videos that you could be using in your courses. So it's a great resource, but a lot of times people don't know where to go. So education, voice, and that will help you find many things to help get your rehearsal started. So, and I love finding new things for my chorus, and I found a gem for a vocal warm-up that I want to share with you. And then we're going to do some of our fun Sweet Adeline vocal warm-ups as well. But this one is, I love to start bubbling. So when we are singing, I love to get the air going. So I usually always start with bubbling. But I found this fantastic warm-up on YouTube. And this is Cheryl Porter. And, you know, she's so going to be near and dear to our hearts because her shirt says, you know, I love to sparkle. Because of course we love to sparkle. So we're going to do this is the 10-minute vocal warm-up, and we're going to do about 3 minutes of this 10-minute vocal warm-up. But she wants you to be active as you're singing as well. So I'm going to mute myself so I can get myself warmed up. We're going
Hello, my sweethearts. This is Cheryl Porter, singer and your vocal coach. And today we are going to be doing some real vocal training. 10 minutes nonstop, and we're going to be killing that intonation, vocal agility, placement, vocal power. We're going to be starting off with a warm-up, and we're going to do a fantastic warm down, and let's go.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you're owed,
Let's go on to the next exercise. Fantastic. Let's kill it. Let's go. Me, my mama. 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 Keep it going. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Keep it going. Me, my mama. Keep that position stable. Really comfortable. No tension at all. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. And move it, y'all. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Now you know this year for the vocal exercise. You gotta dance. Me, my mama. You see it? Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Come on, baby. Me, my mama. 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 Yes. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Come on, baby. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Me, my mama. Good job, sweetheart. Remember, no tension, nothing in the throat. Keep those gloves going and keep that voice supported. Let's go.
Hey, Annalisa, are you going to unmute yourself? Okay, I'm not sure what you just said, but okay.
There you go. I was trying and it said the host had to let you. So
Well, I'm so sorry.
no problem. No problem. How fun was that? I just, yeah. And she goes for 10 minutes and she has tons and tons and tons, but you know, we need to get a hold of her. We need to say, hey, you need to come join Sweet Adelines. And there's that TikTok dancer, Tammy. I don't know if you guys have seen Tammy, but she's a TikTok dancer. And I chatted her and I was like, you need to join Sweet Adeline. So, but that's a really fun way. I'm going to move over here to the piano for a minute. So that is just a fun thing that you can bring to your choruses. So, all right. So now with vocal warm-ups, you know, our purpose is to just open everything up, get our ranges going high and low, but then also we love to warm up our harmonies together. Since we can't do that right now, really focusing on how to improve our vocal skills can be the best thing that we can do during this time, so that when we're all back together, we're just ready to go. It's like, you know, 10 steps forward, 1 baby step backwards. So here is, so I was just thinking it's, you know, kind of fun to bring new things. And I was thinking of the movie Singing in the Rain, and, you know, here it's the morning. So good morning, good morning. Now it says it's great to stay up late, and I'm a teacher right now, and I'm not thinking it's so great. I'm having to stay up real late. Show me other teachers out there. Let me see, I'm gonna scroll through the screens. Any teachers out there? Oh, this is rough, people. We are having to stay up really, really late right now, sometimes getting things ready. So we're not gonna say it's great to stay up late. It's great to be with you. So we're going to, so listen and then join me as we raise it a half step. Good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you. Good morning to you. So if you're not familiar with that line, that's how the line of the song goes. So we're going to take that in half steps going higher. But of course, you're going to be in the evening with your choruses, so you can say good evening. Good evening. And remind him it's not good evening, good evening. Good evening. Here we go. Good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning. No, hold on. We need to stop for a minute. This is what I'm seeing. Good morning. We got to warm up everything. So good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. It's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Two more. Good morning, it's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to be with you. Good morning to you. Sigh it out. Woo! All right, really opening up there. Now, what I love about Cheryl Porter's warm-ups are fun, but she doesn't realize basses. We got to go lower. So now I'm really excited about this, you guys. I didn't realize the trick. So in all my videos, I've been trying to get to a low D. Hasn't happened yet. I bottom out at an E flat, but I didn't realize I need to make the videos in the morning because I tried it this morning and I hit a D flat. So here we go. We're gonna go. How low can you go? Let's see. How low can you go? 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 Here's my D. How low can you go? You heard it a little bit. Go. Now D flat. How low can you go? C. How low can? How low? Now we're gonna go down to a B flat. Who can do it? How low? Raise your hand if you're a bass. Look at you and you get down to a B flat. Janelle's like, Janelle, I can keep going or I can go lower. Yeah, I was gonna say, fun. All right, so that's a fun one to get warmed up. And I'm gonna finish today with introducing, it's an oldie but a goodie. Many of you may know this, but some of you may not. And if you don't know this warm up, it's just such a fun one because you can sing and dance at the same time. And it is called Samba Chill from Rio de Janeiro. So raise your hand if you're familiar and raise your hand if you're not, if you've never heard Samba Chill before. Okay, so this is a fun one and I gave Carol the sheet music so you can get a copy of the sheet music for her, and then I've made a YouTube video to help with this one. So I'm gonna just first pull up the music. Let me get away from cute Cheryl. All right, so this is a fun one, and what I love about this warm-up is just it really helps with intervals. It helps with all stages, but it's also a round, and it's really fun for choruses to do in a round, chunk 1, 2, and 3. But what I love here is that if you do it in a round when I play the video and you wait, you're gonna get to hear some harmony. You're gonna get to harmonize with this. So it's here at A, and we go. Samba chill, samba Brazil, samba chill, samba Brazil. We repeat that. Samba chill, samba Brazil, samba chill, samba Brazil. Next part of the round. Rio de Janeiro, dancing all the night. Rio de Janeiro till the morning light. Now, on the end of this line, it goes down to an F, but I actually like to go up to an A to help me get to the next phrase. Samba de Brazil, samba de Brazil.
So let's just do that whole phrase together again. Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro, dancing all the night. Rio de Janeiro till the morning light. Samba do Brazil. Samba do Brazil. Now we get to open it up, coming down the scales. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. So that is the third part of our range. Let me stop the share here. All right, so now there's some fun movements that are going to go with this. And in case the video freezes, I just want to teach you the movements, because I did this last week, but then when I did it for my chorus, I had no idea that the video froze the entire time. You can hear the words, but it froze when I was showing off my sandals. So and it froze the whole time. So the first part, you're going to samba side to side. And then on the second Rio de Janeiro, you're going to cha-cha back and forth. And then on the fourth one, because we're coming down in our scales, we want to kinesthetically attach movement to what we're doing. So we're going to do two hands, samba do Brazil samba, one hand, samba do Brazil samba, the next hand, samba do Brazil samba, and then both hands, samba do Brazil samba. So we're going to go through this 2 times, and I encourage you to wait. So if you've never done it before, then sing it with me on the video. But if you have, wait until I do Rio de Janeiro. Then you come in with your samba chill, and then I've left time at the video for you to finish. So even though I'm going to be finished, you're going to have to finish your phrase, and we're going to end with a nice cha-cha-cha. So, all right. So here we go with our samba chill vocal and physical warm-up.
Let's head down to Rio de Janeiro for our Samba Chill vocal warm-up. I'm all ready with my samba sandals. You can't see them, but they shake and everything. They're really cool. Just wanted to show them to you. All right, we have a lot to remember. We're going to be moving, and we're going to be singing, and we're going to be performing. So keep your core nice and strong, but show a lot of joy. Who doesn't love to samba? Right, so we're going to do this 2 times through. You can either join on the first verse, on the second, or on the third with your samba chill. And after 2 times through, we're going to end with a nice cha-cha-cha. All right, here we go.
Oh, 1 second while we load.
Samba chill, samba Brazil, samba chill, samba Brazil, samba chill, samba Brazil, samba chill, samba Brazil. Rio de Janeiro, dancing all the night. Rio de Janeiro till the morning light. Samba do Brazil, samba do Brazil. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Again. Samba chill, samba Brazil. Samba chill, samba Brazil. Samba chill, samba Brazil. Samba chill, samba Brazil. Rio de Janeiro, dancing all the night. Rio de Janeiro till the morning light. Samba do Brazil. Samba do Brazil. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Cha-cha-cha. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Samba do Brazil, samba. Cha-cha-cha. All right. And there is my warm-up through the decades you can find. And
Stop the share. All right, come on back. So those are some ideas for physical and vocal warm-ups that can keep your choruses moving and grooving. And I want to thank you so much for having me. And I love the opportunity that we get to zoom in and I love the Clay Hines song. It's the friendships that make us stay. So I have loved this opportunity to just continue to add to the friendships in Sweet Adeline. So thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And I'm going to be zooming in and out. Did you see the lineup?
Yes. Thank you so much, Anna. So we
so I'm
appreciate.
going to come in and out and join these wonderful classes.
Thank you so much for joining us today. She's up very early in her time zone, so your energy and your instruction and all your ideas are so appreciated.
And I thought that it was Eastern Standard Time.
I wasn't going to tell that part. She's been here a long time.
I'm like, hey, oh. Okay.
So you are more than ready, and you kicked off our day with tons of energy. We really appreciate everything you've been doing to help all of us learn during this shutdown time and going forward. So thank you so much for joining us today, Annalisa.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you.